Hi parents, welcome to your day one of the lower secondary crash course. In this particular video, I'll be sharing with you the tips on writing our proper experimental procedures. Now, this particular segment is important because each examiner can set a question and each of these questions can be worth 5 or even 6 marks in total, right? So this is a very heavy weightage question. So what is these experimental procedures? So I need you to take a step back to understand the overall picture. All right, where does experimental procedure fit in? Well, as you're aware, in all science experiment, there must always be a scientific inquiry. So what's a scientific inquiry? We begin with asking a question, all right, noticing a problem, asking a question, and then we make a prediction, right? Like say, all plants, the rougher the surface, the greater the frictional force, the more the object will slow down. So that's a hypothesis, right? A prediction. And then how do I prove that a particular hypothesis is right, a prediction is right? We plan our experiment. So this is where the aim of today's lesson come in. And then after that, we draw and analyze results, draw conclusion, etc. Okay. So why is experimental procedure important? It's so that other people can repeat it easily. Okay. Look at the instruction; they are very clear of what to do next. And then it must be in clearly written steps so that you can help to ensure the test is fair and the results are reliable. So without further ado, let's have a look at what are some of the important features of a good experimental procedure. Now, this part here is a critical part already. All right, I may want to ask you to put a star here. First thing first, you need to take note is writing out proper action words like pour, heat transfer, all right, record, measure. So you may want to take note of such words also: measure, record, okay, etc., etc. And then after in this particular procedure, the steps, you also need to include the proper equipment used. Right? I call it apparatus. One example will be pour the water into a beaker. You see the beaker is an apparatus. Or you can say heat up the mixture using a Bunsen burner. You see how I provide the proper equipment here? And where possible, write down the physical quantity. Like for example, 50 ml of calcium hydroxide is measured using the electronic balance. Correct? So you can see whenever I talk about physical quantity, try to pair it out with the proper equipment use. Okay? Include proper equipment. Yeah. And after you had all these ready, just take note, provide the step-by-steps and include control variables, what stays the same, all right, what's the independent variable where possible. And take note what is measured. And then repeat the experiment again, all right, with the change variable. Okay, so these are the various pointers that you need to take note when it comes to writing out a good experimental procedure. Take note of the skills involved. Okay, you'll see that many experiments, the procedures, they will all involve similar skills. So let's look at question 1. You see, you have a mixture that has all these 4 things mixed together, right? And you need to write a procedure. So I'm just going to provide you with the steps here. I want you to see certain patterns. All right, what do you notice? Attract and move. Attract and remove action words. Manet is the apparatus, right? Distillation apparatus, distillation flask, condenser. Pour action words, remaining mixture into a distillation. So do you see that from step 1 to 3, are you able to visualize how the whole setup works? Yeah. Now, if you don't know what a distillation apparatus, just simply is just a flask, all right, with a condenser on it. Yeah. Okay. So this is what the first 3 steps is all about. And then you continue on, you gently heat a mixture with a Bunsen burner, add sufficient water, stir thoroughly. What do you notice about the subsequent steps? Do you notice that you see every single step you always have action word apparatus, action word apparatus? Yeah, and we try to describe it as detailed as possible so that anybody who read it can visualize what is going on in their head. Right now. So they can paint the accurate picture. That is the hallmark of a very good experimental procedures. Now, are we restricted that 6 lines means 6 marks allocated means it must be 6 steps? No. You can come up with more steps. You can come up with 7 steps, 8 steps, depending on how much you want to break up each steps, right? There's no limit to how many steps there is. But if it's 6 marks, general rule of thumb is 6 steps. But if you can come up with more, also can. I don't recommend combining them. If you can, split it up. Now let's look at another example, repeating steps. Okay. So you see here, right, how do I know that this experiment I need to repeat a few times? Well, we are investigating surface texture on friction. So this experiment you must repeat 3 times. Not like the previous experiment, right? You don't have to repeat. Because we are just simply finding the steps to separate them. We are not going to repeat again how to separate them, right? But for here, we want to measure the distance that the frictional force affects, right? The toy car. So we need to repeat 3 times for the particular surface texture. Right? And you know lah, just to get a more accurate results, more consistent result, repeat 3 times, take the average. So if you look at the steps here, you see again, marker pen, use, release, toy car, measure, measuring tape. Right? And you see the details here for the marker pen. Yeah, we even describe it to the point where, oh, the toy car must be released on the starting line on the ramp. See? Yeah, starting line on the ramp is the part of the apparatus, right? Part of the setup. Release is the action word. So we consistently use over and over and over again. And then when you want to record the results, please remember, record and calculate. And take note, parents, right, for frictional force or things that involve measuring the distance, always try to plot the table. Always try to provide a table. Yeah, okay, when measuring physical quantities. Like, for example, you want to measure the final mass produced by the chemical reactions. You want to measure the final distance traveled, etc., etc. Okay, so this is the for experimental result, not at the start of experiment. This is the result of experiment. Okay, so provide a table. Yeah, there you go. And then you repeat the steps again. You see, repeat step 3 and 4 for other materials and analyze the results and if there's any relationship between them. Okay, so you can see, right, that this particular video is important because it teaches you the skills. And from these skills, you can refer to your child's own revision and you see how the same skills are being applied again. All right. So to wrap it up, take note, avoid writing vague steps, right? Try not to use the word heat the liquid use the words heat the liquid gently using a Bunsen burner until it begins to boil instead of just heating the liquid. Okay, too vague already. So how long must I heat the liquid? Until you start to boil, right? You see the context is provided. Right, important steps. All right, I always like to give an example like cooking instructions. Right? Add certain volume, set certain amount, put in the oven for how many minutes, at what temperature. Right, so all these are the very clear steps here. Right, make it such that it's so clear that they can visualize it into the head of how, you know, of anyone who read your experimental procedures. Okay, provide measurements. Remember that. Pour 100 ml of water using a beaker, using a measuring cylinder. All right, this is not even accurate enough. You may want to add in, yeah, using a measuring cylinder. Okay. All right, and then do write down important expected observation. Yes, this part here is critical. All right, what do you observe? Like, for example, you heat up until it boils, until bubbles are seen. All right, so this is expected observation. Like, you let the car go, wait until it come to a stop. You know, that kind of this description. So this is expected observation that you may need to take note of. Okay, so take note of these steps, and I hope that through these skills you are able to master the experimental procedures. Now, in the subsequent days, please keep a lookout for our emails, where I'll be sharing with you more, where my colleagues will be sharing with you more critical skills, all right, that will be very helpful in your child's revision.